Hello, everybody, and welcome to the face reading of the people in the news. Just a reminder for those of you who are with me today for the first time, if you get interested in the subject of face reading, you can watch my YouTube's Introduction to Face Reading and Face Reading 101, Part 1, Part 2. You can also buy my book, Face Reading Secrets for Successful Relationships. It is available on Amazon.com. Today we'll be talking about Taylor Swift. Why her? Simply because she's a very young and very successful American singer and songwriter. Taylor Swift, ladies and gentlemen. There are so many talented young women who sing and write songs and want to, quote, make it. That is, have dreams about bringing their message to public, becoming famous or making money or making their mark. And so many, in fact, the greatest majority of all those do not succeed, and their dreams remain just that, dreams. So was it just her talent that took the world over like a storm and make her so famous? Or there is something about Taylor's morphology, her temperament and her personality that made it happen for her out of thousands upon thousands? Let's look at it. This photograph may give us a hint. Let's look at Taylor's lips. The space where you see her mouth closes and then there is still a line, it's called executive power. It corresponds with the quality of being able to make things happen, the ability to persevere and achieve what wants to achieve. So she could have become an outstanding anything, whatever she would put her mind to. I already spoke about this feature when I was doing the reading of Ellen DeGeneres, if you remember here, the photograph, and some other people as well, who have this line. Again, it corresponds with the ability to make things happen. Another feature that is interesting and that possibly had something to do with her success is that not only Taylor has the feature of having executive power, but she also has the strength, the stamina to pursue her goals. This quality is embodied in a strong, pronounced philtrum, which you can see clearly on this picture. The stronger, the more pronounced the philtrum is, the more stamina a person has. You see these little pillars and then the indentation between the pillars of the philtrum. That's the strength. Evolution of Taylor's face is very interesting also. At young age, as you can see, she was clearly what? A little Venus, of course, meaning that already then she was very lively, spunky, and resourceful, had a lot of practical intelligence, and knew how to organize things to make everyone comfortable. She was friendly, knew exactly what to say and when to say it to get her way, knew how to charm, when to press hard and when to go easy. She loved attention, compliments, and fun. The interesting thing about all this was that although she was a Venus, she was not overly needy of the outside as a typical Venus would be. Why? Because of this. Remember, the top third of our face is an intellectual zone. The middle part is number two, is social/emotional zone, and the lower part is physical/material zone. Taylor's intellectual zone, as you can see here, is very large compared to the social/emotion zone, meaning if something was not going her way, she could easily rationalize whatever was happening without taking it too much to heart. Remember President Clinton? He had the same proportions. At one point, he had this embarrassing scandal going on, and at the same time, he had several lawsuits against him and the threat of impeachment. And one journalist, I remember, asked him, "So much is going on, Mr. President, and you have a country to run. How can you do everything at the same time?" And Clinton answered, "I compartmentalize." And he was not kidding. He was not lying, at least not that time. People with such proportions can actually do it, detach themselves and their feelings and do what is reasonable. Little Taylor could do it at a young age. So she was not discouraged if something or someone was on her way. Once made up her mind, she would just keep going till she would get what she wanted, without being bothered by the obstacles. All I said is also supported by this image. You see how small her inner face is compared to the outer face. The red circle is the outer face. If you read my book, you know the inner face, our receptacle, what we take the world in with, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, determine how sensitive we are. The outer face is what's supporting how we're able to withstand our feelings. For young Taylor, the feelings were no problem. She did not let them in too much. They were not bothering her. Those who have things the other way around, the inner face large and the outer face small, suffer a lot. But look what happened when the girl actually grew up. It looks like the faces evened out or even reversed. Look, this is her age 24, 25. The inner face has become much larger and her outer face has become smaller. Very often such changes happen because the child is forced to feel something because of powerful external circumstances. I do not know what was happening, what was going on in her family that made her snap out of a protective, safe cocoon and allowed the stream of strong feelings to come in. But something happened. And now let's look at yet another feature, the tip of Taylor's nose. From the childhood all to the present time, she has this roundness, look, roundness of the tip of her nose, meaning that she is naturally kind. That would be just fine if not for this feature. You see, her nose goes up and it's kind of short. This means impatient and snappy. So if she were snappy and did not care, her life would be easier. She wouldn't be such a great person, but her life would be easy. But she is naturally kind, which means she first snaps and then feels terrible about it because she didn't want to hurt people. That was possibly one of the things that made her inner face larger and therefore made actually her more sensitive. And now finally, let's look at Taylor's temperament, the qualities she was born with. This is very easy. Look at the jawline that goes almost straight down. So the chin protruding and the forehead tilted back. Yes, Taylor Swift is definitely a sanguine. So she's action-oriented, impatient, has relatively short attention span. So it is her executive power and stamina that compensated for difficulties to be focused for a long time. But that is also why she may be good at writing songs, but would not be great at finishing a novel, for example. As all people with sanguine temperament, she is generous, showers you with love if you are lucky to be in her favor, and wants to kill you if you are not. But don't forget the roundness of the tip of the nose, the kindness. After wanting to kill you, if you crossed her, she probably feels guilty for having such bad feelings, let alone if she actually did hurt your feelings. This conflict between impatience and impulsiveness on the one hand, and kindness and generosity on the other, creates just enough pain to fuel Taylor's creativity, make people feel that she's genuine, and reignite over and over again her sanguine drive to conquer and her executive impulse to make things happen. And that is all for Taylor Swift. Thank you for being with me today. Peace to all who want to live in peace.